Hello everyone, I'm DanTheMan, and this episode of Harley Quinn was very different. I mean, I can't say we were not told that it was going to be different. We literally were in the opening scene. But while I'm all for shows trying something new, without Harley Quinn, Poision Ivy, and Harley's crew, it just didn't feel like a Harley Quinn episode. It felt like a Batman cartoon. And the show's style of humor just didn't work as well with Batman as the focus, largely because I think DC probably wasn't going to let him misbehave too much, for lack of a better word. So I guess with that in mind, here are my thoughts on the episode. If you like this review, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. And when subscribing, don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. First off, I'll start with my thoughts on the before-mentioned opening scene, with the two fans talking about the show and basically displaying a lot of what some have deemed toxic fandom complaints. Honestly, I thought it was funny. Some didn't and took it personally, and I guess if they have made complaints like that about comic and sci-fi shows, I could see how they might. But I honestly think that people should be willing to laugh at themselves, regardless of what side they're on. As for the episode itself, it was fun to get a look at Alfred and the show's universe, as well as to a lesser extent Lucius Fox. Tom Hollander nailed the character of Alfred, and his interactions with Diedrich Bader's Batman were some of the highlights of this episode. I also love seeing Batgirl back. I didn't get to share my opinions on the show's version of Batgirl much, since I wasn't able to do a full review of episode 2, but I really enjoyed this show's take on her, which is largely the New 52 version. Even the costume, which I didn't like when it was introduced in the New 52, has grown on me and was the obvious choice for this show. Seeing her interact with Batman was fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of her. The idea of her working closer with Commissioner Gordon could provide some fun moments. I'm not sure how much of that we'll see, since you could almost forget it watching this episode, but this show obviously focuses on Harley Quinn every other episode. But given the time they spent setting it all up, I'm sure it'll pay off later this season in some way. The highlight of the show was Two-Face and Bade's scenes together. When seeing the two characters interact, it actually felt, for about the only time this episode, like I was actually watching Harley Quinn, and not some weird Batman animated series. Bade is never not funny in this show, and while we have seen him interact with Two-Face less than the other members of the Justice League at this point, they still were fun to watch together. The jokes with the name of the duel was also great. You know, if Bane wasn't technically evil, I'd almost feel bad for him sometimes. Almost. Also, I did get the joke with the crater at the end. If anyone did, feel free to explain it to me in the comments. I can sometimes be dense, don't judge me. Also, Bane's fight with Batman in the suit that totally wasn't a takeoff of Iron Man's suit, I'm sure, was also some great action. I do love no matter how goofy the heroes and villains can be on this show, they're always portrayed as formidable threats when things get tough. The fight managed to be funny, fast-paced, and hard-hitting, and painful, at least for Batman. All in all, this was a decent episode, but despite it trying to do something different, and the funny bookend scenes with the two fanboys, this episode just didn't have the magic the show normally does. And that was due to not having Harley and her usual band of lovable misfits at the center of the show. If something different, it was fine, but let's hope they don't get any ideas for a spinoff, because on this show, the Bat family is definitely better as secondary characters. Before I go, I want to give a shout out to my viewer Joey Margolian and wish him a happy birthday. It's definitely fans like him, and the rest of you guys, that make doing this worthwhile. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to check out my other videos by clicking on the card you see before you. I'm DanTheMan, and I'll see you next time.